Tunic wants you to go in knowing absolutely nothing. By slowly finding these pages to create the manual of the game, you'll begin to uncover the information about the world and mechanics necessary to progress. And that's what makes this game so intriguing. Progression is knowledge obtained. This curiosity was enough to get me to try Tunic. I say I've dived deep in some really hard completions over the years, but something I've never tried is puzzle games. How could I fare when the challenge shifts from skill to mental? I'm afraid the answer is not very well. I have a small monkey brain, unfortunately, but I was invested enough to gather all of its achievements to see if these kinds of games are really for me. On my quest to 100% Tunic, I'll have to collect every page of the manual and solve really complex puzzles for all of Tunic's achievements. Some of these are really tough, with one being one of the most creative puzzles I've ever seen, taking me over half of my total playtime. I'll keep it vague, but before we begin, fair warning. By watching, you not only gain all the knowledge, you'll ruin your own experience on a very unique game with how it was intended to be played. It's truly a fascinating game if you love the pursuit of mystery and information. If this warning doesn't bother you though, welcome to the 100% of Tunic. We spawn into this world with not any information on what to do or where to go. All I know is I'm a fox and I'm wearing a tunic. I walk into the first door I see, which inside we find a chest containing the Stick of Obliteration, granting us our first achievement. It's essentially, achievement. What did I get? Stick. Found a stick. At the bottom, the text for stick is illegible to us. This is Tunic's language for mostly everything. Outside a few occurrences, the game will only sparingly give us a sprinkle of words, just enough to piece things together. I discover a golden door on the other side that I can't interact with, and a sign. Open. Cool tip. If I beat this wall a certain amount of times, it'll magically open, right guys? Almost there, almost there. It's working. It's cracking. Tunic requires you to be able to pick up more information as you go. So having a sign that has the only readable text I've seen so far and a sword symbol, I should have been able to get the hint that the sign's alluding that there's a sword in Hero's grave. But nope. I saw words, didn't read them, and completely walked past it. Great start. This will be the first of many painfully obvious things I'll overlook, as my genius is truly unmatched. With the Stick of Annihilation in hand, our damage output is not the best. Enemies were cooking me, not gonna lie. Our solution to fixing up our health was only a few seconds away as I find a shrine. What did that do? Oh, that healed me. So this is a Tunic shrine. I don't know what this item is because I can't read the text, but this was our key to opening the golden door. Before I did that though, I got distracted with a larger golden door. Door. Whoa. What? Why am I blue? I'm a slime. We transcended into what seems to be another realm. I'm gonna fall off the world. Oof. Oh, I thought I was gonna fall off the world. Hello. Are you Mother Fox? Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't smack that. That's rude. I assume that these three color symbols is our goal in order to save Mama Fox. Getting there was far off though, so I put my sights on something more reachable. I began with the smaller golden door. The key-shaped item magically fit into the key-shaped hole door, and inside contains our first major collectible. In a far-off land, a great treasure was sealed away forever. Oh, I can move the paper however I want. We got page 10. Oh, this is gonna be cool. So we're just picking up the manual pieces. So this is page 10 and 11. Oh, where's page 1? Wouldn't this be like the first page in a normal manual? Am I tripping? I'm gonna be tweaking. He's unaware. He doesn't know. So Around the World will contain pages to the game manual. As we find more pages, it will contain information about the world and mechanics that we can use to progress. Page 11 is not that important, while the other side is. 10 informs us of ringing the east and west bells, and that by ringing them, something will happen. Hopefully. I still didn't understand what I was doing. I was actually completely lost. We're off to a strong start, by the way. I am immediately lost. Bro has 2 IQ. Bro has ADHD. Doesn't know where to go. Can I get the map page? I'm the type of guy that needed the wayward compass in Hollow Knight the whole game. Somehow I stumbled into the East Bell Tower and get the next page to the manual. Another page. We got page 12. We got the controls. There's a block button, a potion, LS. What does left stick do? I don't know. I don't know what left stick does. How do I move? Guys, I don't know how to move. Sign the controls. We're at a standstill with this game. At the top here contains the first bell tower that is currently unreachable right now, so we had to go the other way. Inside the East Forest, we run into cute origami frogs. There didn't seem to be enough of a reason for fighting with the stick of might other than taking damage, so I decided it would be best to start running from everything until I can find a suitable weapon. If only a sign or something told me where a sword was at. That'd be good right about now. Running through the origami frogs, I find a chest containing a health potion. It's a small amount of healing, but it's better than nothing. We also find another page that introduced blocking with a shield. I also realized that I didn't look at the other side when I got page 12, and it was told that holding A after rolling allows you to sprint. There's a sprint? I'm Naruto running? Hold up, I want to see if I can figure out something. There's got to be a jump attack. Surprisingly, this was a pretty good guess, but I moved on pretty quick from this as I ran into a new enemy type that were just a bunch of menaces. Alright. Nope. Yep. Never gonna die. Hey! Ow! Dude. Oh wait, they're cutting the bushes. Yo, help me out, fellas. Nice third party. Facing these guys solo didn't pose too much of an issue, so with a newfound confidence, I thought I could face them on. Alright, I'm ready to face the danger. I'm going down. Okay. Leave it alone. Haha. Still 0 deaths. With that little trick, the bushes didn't respond. I could make a run for the chest. I did all that for some gold cubes. I don't even know what they do, so this was completely irrelevant to me at the moment. I've run through the rest of this hill to open up this passageway. Suspecting it takes me back to the bell tower, I ventured onward. Inside, I find a broken piece of a health potion, and in the next room... Oh... Combat? Oh, God. Guard captain... Alright, gotta figure out his move. He has a health bar. He has a huge health bar. This is... Oh, and he did half my health? Yeah, man. Just fucking... Yeah, let me get out of here, bro. I ain't fighting you. I'll be back. I'll be back. In my glorious retreat from the guard captain, I left off some anger by taking down the enemies for a training montage. To be the best, I had to train like the best. Oh, I actually died. I died to a stupid freaking frog, man. Oh, wait, what are... Oh, I was supposed to die. I was meant to die. See, I knew it was meant to be. I did that on purpose. After totally knowing that would happen the first time because I'm an absolute gamer, we get to see Mama Fox again. She does some sort of revival ritual on us. I'm not really too sure why or what happened, and the achievement seems to agree. Instead of going back where I was, I went to a different route, which led me to the hero's grave path. Not for the sword, but because I went the wrong way like a goober. Stumbling my way into stuff is kind of my thing though. I opened the passageway to the hero's grave, and after an hour of mindlessly walking around, I finally found the hero's sword. Oh, a sword! Cut this bush for me. I'll die for it. I'll die for it, man. Sword. Thank God. Found a sword. Here lies the hero. We're now linking this bitch. Yeah, we're Link. Linking back to the shrine. The sword is a significant upgrade from the stick of strength, being able to slash the sword guys in only a couple of hits. Meaning, I had an actual chance against the guard captain. It was time for vengeance. Dodge? Let me focus up. You've been first tried. Don't speak to me ever again. Hidden behind the captain's spot was an extra health potion. At the top of this ladder, it leads us back to the first bell tower. I can also use the rope as a shortcut in case I ever want to come back here. Ring, strike. Ring. Woo! Ding ding. Rig-a-ding-ding. We made progress. I can already tell I'm gonna love this game by the end of it. Wait, well, I just got an achievement. What did I do? Uses stamina. Perfectly executed a special technique. What? How did I do that? I was correct about my theory from earlier. Doing dodge and attack at the same time causes a lunge attack. Would totally like to say I did that on purpose, but yet again, I didn't notice it. Back at the starting area, I can use the sword in the shrubbery to open more of the layer on the west side. With this, the game knew I was in need of the most important page. Okay. Oh my god. They knew what I needed. They knew I was ready for this. This was my destiny. The map. The map even moves the fox as I move on the map. Very helpful for someone that needs yellow paint on where to go. The back page was hard to understand. I saw this wall and figured that the area next to the question mark was a waterfall, so I thought, okay, cool. I'll be on the lookout for waterfalls in case there's something behind it. It being under well was the confusing part. I've been encountering some wells around, but I have no idea how or where to enter them yet. Let's go to the old house. So we just go through this passageway, up the stairs, and then to the left. Now that I got my map, this is a 10 out of 10 experience. Does that give me... Okay, we're gonna need another piece. At the old house, I find shrubbery that we can now cut through, and another golden door will need to open up. I also find pages 16, 17 on top of a golden cube right by the house. 16 goes more in depth on stamina and the effects of maintaining or running out of stamina, while 17 was the list of items that can be found in the game. Standard stuff. I saw my first waterfall and decided to give my little theory a test. Oh, there's something behind the wall. They thought they could jip me, I knew. Since the entrance was a door, it confirmed my suspicions that it wasn't page 29 area, but it was still a cool find nonetheless. As the next room over, I find the shield. It's locked, but it didn't seem too far off, as almost every single page I found has hinted at the shield. The other door with the snake pattern was locked too, so yet another mental note for later. Continuing on my pathway from the waterfall, I find a tooth. I found another waterfall, and am now 2 for 2 for my waterfall theory so far, just not for the correct waterfall. Inside this waterfall, I'm not too sure what I found. Hello. Another waterfall hidden spot. Write that down, chat. The last door in this pathway is the dark tomb. Like the name suggests, it's dark. It also means that going in blind without some sort of light is not a smart idea, so I ditched this place for now. I also ran into a few new guys. Blue guy that carries a shield, a green guy with insane aura from afar, and the turret gun. I hate all of them. I'm gonna before I die. Didn't work. Oh, I'm all the way back here. I don't know how to get back. On my way back from the East Forest, I found this cute fox head. Further investigation on the collectible page tells me that it's an effigy. The only thing I was made aware of before playing was that there's a missable achievement tied to this item for holding 10 of these at once. The achievement also refers to these as money bags, so I'll be calling them that for the rest of the playthrough. Aside from this, I went into Tunic not knowing anything. Thought that'd be the best way for those watching to get your funny ha-has that you know answers after your initial playthrough that I do not have yet. Though if you see me walking away and suddenly have an answer, we all know why. Going all the way around the other side, I see a water pit that has a page in the middle of it and another snake door, but I can't get to either of them yet. Heading down the stairs, I find the golden key next to the green guy, but him and his goons were gatekeeping it quite hard. Up until now, I thought that the stick was the reason for my struggles in combat, but really, it was me. I don't know what it was, but there was something I wasn't clicking with just yet, so I definitely died a few times getting back. I killed it. I got it. Oh, and it explodes. You motherfucker. Born deaf, a ghost will remain that would contain a tiny amount of cubes you lost, and enemies will respawn, so it really just means I wasn't doing anything important. Before the water pit, there was a door entrance I walked by previously. Inside, there's a cracked wall I can slide through to find 3 chests. One contains a pink flower, 40 gold cubes, and 2 firecrackers. Behind where that stupid turnip was messing me up was that green guy from earlier. Oh, yeah. 1v1 duel. Hermano v hermano. Okay, well, you just... Dude, these guys are messing me up. I can't compete, man. Eventually, I did give up, but it took entirely too long for me to get the hint that I should not be trying this. I make attempts at trying to grab the key, but this green guy is guarding it like this is the World Cup. Seriously, put him on the pitch because he's goalkeeping that shit down easy. All I had to do was hope that his attack cooldown would be enough for me to grab it. Okay, so he has a charge up. I guess I could do a forward roll. Okay. Oh, I had it. I literally had it. Oh. Don't worry. I got the key. I got the key. I don't need to fight you. I can now use the key to open the old man house. Hello, old man house. I did all that for 1 gold. I died 5 times. fighting that green guy for 1 gold that I don't even know what it uses. Okay. Okay, dude. Oh, never mind. This is useful. Walking the purple trail, I find the other side of the waterfall, and more importantly, the shield. With shield in hand, the combat felt way better. It honestly felt like the missing piece of the puzzle for me, as now I can wait for enemies to attack and punish swiftly. At this bridge, I see a page on a broken off stone island. Unsure what I can do there, but what I can do is grab this chest. Well, you broke my rule. Damn it, and I died again. After a certain amount of time, I would do little progress checks with the in-game speedrunner time just to see how long I've been in the Tunic hamster wheel. Currently, I am 2 hours in, and all I've done is grab the 2 essentials, sword and shield, die, and oh, die. Yeah, strap in folks, it's gonna be a long journey. On the bright side, I did find a second money bag over by the goalkeeper green guy, and by following a trail of ladders leads to a chest containing another pink flower. Nearby the old man house, I see that there's a door I can enter through the mill. Inside, I find... Oh, I never entered the mill? Are you serious? Question mark. What is that? What are you? Hey, oh, you gave me stuff. Oh, you're a shop. I take both of his items, giving me extra firecrackers and a health potion. I knew that the bridge was probably the right place, since zooming in near the mill had well for page 29, but I was more invested in exploring elsewhere, and exploring areas I did. Oh, I went under the mill. This creepy purple area had the lantern in the middle that I needed for one of the steps towards the west bell. Following the ladder down, I run into the beach. Running into a stat upgrade thingy, and on my search for more goodies, I stumbled onto this. Hello, Ruin Atoll, Library Annex. This isn't even on the map. Oh, you okay, you're friendly, man. You're still dead to me, bud. There's not much else to do there, but I also ran into the ladder that gives me a better vantage point of the Ruin Atoll. All right, well, we got a new area to explore. Hello, all right. You guys seem friendly. Oh, you're a fucking prick. Although not friendly, they are quite easy enemies. The middle of the atoll contained a square with a bunch of foxes praising Mama Fox. A chest nearby had a pesky crow on top. He would go in for a dive bomb, but then it would evade to where I could not hit him. His one hit to me taking half of my health was enough for me to realize I am not capable here. He wasn't quick enough to get me, as I was still able to grab the chest before I left. This one contained a blue mushroom cap. I fought everyone on the bridge, carefully picking each enemy off one by one, even using the firecrackers to take out the turret. I'm gonna drop a bomb on this asshole. You've been causing me a lot of problems, fella. Yeah, how do you like that? Them apples, bud. Bitch. Kicking down the drawbridge, I can connect to other bridges for easier access for later and grab a manual page showing lots of information about these items I've been picking up. So having 1 T-First and I guess 100 cube gives me 100 strength. The only ones that didn't show what those stats were into were the mint leaf and the blue mushroom caps I just found. More importantly, this page shows how to apply these stat upgrades. Oh, I guess I have to do that as a shrine. Left bumper at the shrine. Oh my god, it's literally like Dark Souls. How did I not know? I walked to a shrine to use my findings for upgrading. I chose to increase my attack to level 2, gaining me the achievement for making my first ever offer to the shrine. I also improved my health as well. Only 3 hours in, I was finally entering the well. Officially can say that I am the animal in this well. Animal well. An awful joke. I'm sorry. There will definitely be more awful jokes like that. Anyway, looking over my well page, I see that it has a description of the enemies I'll be encountering here and how to counter them. A type of slime who just wants to be close to you. Stun it by blocking. Ah, good comms guide. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know about that. That wasn't in the guide. I find another manual page showing off a map of the Ruin Atoll that I just found in another area I haven't yet discovered. I gained enough cubes fighting enemies in the well to improve my potion stat. At the end of the well, I see that there's some sort of boss down here. Curiosity strikes on what it could be, discovering the top of the purple area. Oh, what? I thought that was a boss. Now we finally have access to the lantern lying by this weird RGB statue. Yo, fella. Jump off for me, why don't you? Jump off! I can now see dark areas show me that the boss is behind this door, which turned out to be just a group of enemies. They got absolutely rolled on. The rooms after leads to a manual piece and a shrine. I used the gold cubes from that fight to upgrade my defense. The manual piece is handy as the next place we need to enter is the Dark Tomb. I get to see the genius of Tunic right before my eyes as the ladder connects straight to the Dark Tomb that I wasn't able to see when upon first inspection. This is just to show that there are secrets everywhere without me realizing. Anyway, with my newly obtained lantern, I can see through the Dark Tomb by activating these hidden switches and covers a movable block with a chest at the top. Sword and like a ring pop. Sword ring pop. Maybe I can offer that to the shrine as well, somehow? Fortunately, no, I can't do that. The block also revealed a ladder opening the rest of the tomb open. I find my third broken potion, fully being able to put all the pieces together for an extra health potion. Oh, I have enough for a health potion. Nice. We have 4. The Dark Tomb is covered in laser frogs, and I mean literally everywhere. In the midst of avoiding the lasers, I found my third money bag. Unfortunately, I found a switch that unveils some light. Light! I can see the light! Entering the light takes me to the bottom of the purple creepy area with a chest that has a fox for our defense. Following the purple glow takes me outside to a new area. I can see the west bell is just in sight at the top. Walking forward leads me to the West Garden, a very beautiful area. Following this little stone path leads me to a manual page about survival tips. But who really needs this if you aren't dying? I know I sure don't. The other side has the map of the West Garden with a warning that a boss is guarding the way to the bell tower. On an earlier page, I got shown a pic of the Garden Knight and that I should be 3 strength, 3 defense if I don't want to have a bad time. I was only missing a tooth to get the necessary requisites, so I was on the hunt for that. Meanwhile, I managed to find a 4th money bag. The enemies here in the West Garden were really annoying, especially these fairies. Oh, they freeze me. They don't actually hit me. There's 2 variants. One freezes, one hits, but both move way too quick for me to kill. All right, so look at... Okay, so there's a golden bridge. Are we able to get through that golden bridge? I had the bright idea to start running past everything, which provided rather unsatisfying results. No, leave me alone. Well, this is not great. I dropped the bomb. Achievement! Don't know what I got. Froze yourself. Ah, nice. Accidental success there. Running past everything is not the play. Although not the smartest choice, I had enough cubes to see what the blue mushrooms were for. So let's add that. Even though it's probably not beneficial at all. It's probably like something like luck. Maybe speed. MP! Whoa. 0 times 2 is still 0. Whoa. It probably wasn't the way I should have gotten through, but I ran through everything so much that I was near a cave. Help! Help! No, I got frozen. No, leave it alone, leave it alone. Inside. Saved. Inside, I picked up some sort of blue crystal. Looking in the manual to figure out what it was, I see its name. The Holy Cross. Magic points. Yeah, I'll be referring to it as the Holy Cross for an embarrassing amount of time. Well into where I had most 100% done. Even though in the West Garden map, it clearly says it's the Magic Dagger. That's my bad, gang. Using the Magic Dagger pops up a new blue bar, in which we can now freeze in a short burst. Going outside, all the enemies that were awaiting me are now gone. Fighting these alligators, I see a manual page clear as day, but there's no way I can get to it yet. There's gotta be a way to get this manual, because there's no other, like, passageway. Enhance. Wait, there's a secret there. How do I get even there? All right, well, I'm not gonna be able to figure this one out. Following the purple glow, I ran into a shrine. Weirdly, at the top of the bridge, I didn't see anything noticeably different for why this path is golden. Quite odd. Further exploring past the shrine, I see another RGB statue and a golden cube that I both can't reach either. I'll have to come back here another time. I ran into a chest containing mint leaves. I had an inkling that the mint leaf was stamina, so I was inspecting the page for maybe some context when I noticed something interesting. Wait a minute, why is that gold? What? That's weird. The purple trail led me to a ladder and a chesty at the top that has my tooth I need to reach the Garden Knight's requisites. Before that though, I decided to rip an intent to see how it fared. I wasn't doing terrible damage, but his one hit is an entire bar of my health. I stood no chance. I stubbornly tried again, and again, and again. We're gonna need third attack and defense, because no way Little bro just needed to grind. I decided it would be wise to spend some time grinding on some of the enemies, getting enough gold cubes to spend on the mint leaf, which of course, it being the last left, was a stamina increase. Definitely helpful to have. I also increased both my attack and defense to the recommended levels. Just having these should be the distance maker for defeating the Garden Knight. I always started off with a magic dagger to get a cheap 1 bar off of him. Anytime he would use his gun attack, I tried freezing him as he had a bit of a delay charging his shots. This seemed like the strat in most cases. You're getting frozen. He still pulls off the hit? Cheater! Once the boss is on the 4th bar, he kind of goes sicko mode. So in this attempt, I started saving my magic daggers, with it still ending up being a nail biter. No! No! Don't choke! Freeze him. Freeze him again. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so when he does that, I knew what he was doing, but it's still, I rolled too soon. Although I was slowly whittling his health, his 4th phase kept getting me. There were also some really weird shenanigans going on that was really unlucky, but also lucky. I'm like literally stuck on a rock. Oh, but he's stuck on a rock too. Yeah, you're gonna be stuck in that corner, bud. I got you right where I want you, little bub. You know what? Getting stuck in the corner was like my best bet there. He fell right into my ploy. I knew this corner was my safety corner. With the Garden Knight down, I'm rewarded with 200 golden cubes, but more importantly, the 2nd bell tower. Ring, strike. Western bell rung. Oh, ding dong. Only took 5 hours and 15 minutes. Not bad, not bad at all. And now that we rung the east and west bell, we can go through the sealed temple. Right now, I'm kind of stumped on where's the next like line of progression here. I may have to look for some manual pages if this is not the case. If this isn't the solution, I don't really know what to do. That was about to be answered very soon, as with both bell towers activated, it opens up the giant golden door. Aha! Huzzah! It does open. Inside, I find a weird orbital instrument spinning. This is important because the instrument shows our next big objective. Well, 3 big objectives, as we need to hunt down the colored keys. Red, green, blue. Up at the top contains pages 24 and 25. A big hint on how to interact with the RGB statues and a nice graphic of the 3 colored gems on the back. It's praying time, baby. And I know there's a spot. That's 100% what it is. There's a spot at the beach. There's one in the bottom right. Oh, and there's an order too. Now that I see the numbers, I wasn't looking at the numbers. All right, well, that's our next destination then. We got to pray for 3 seconds. I continued up at the ceiling, entering a little entrance up at a higher point of the mountain. Here, there's a giant golden snake statue with a wand next to it. This statue will be more important later, so keep a mental note for the future, but all I cared about was pew-pewing with my new fire wand. Above the giant gold door, there's a bunch of stairs that I avoided going up right this second to fight everything up here, which unlocked me the achievement for cutting 1,000 blades of grass. Go all the way around on the right leads to a switch bringing down a stone pillar. I didn't notice it here, but there's a pathway that we will eventually go through. At this point, me missing something shouldn't be all that surprising though. Anyway, I was curious what the stairs led to. Whoa, hey, I can barely see. This is like the Dark Tomb. At the top is a giant door and a manual page. Page 20 is these cards and how to use them. The bottom, however, is related to something I have not seen yet. I'm not too sure I follow, but there's something to do with the well. Oh my god, was that there the whole time? That empty square? And I never even questioned it? That was just there. That probably was there. I clipped the sword ring pop, unsure what it did. Page 21 has a bunch of hints and brief statements of what we need to progress, which honestly was a clutch page to attain at this point in the game. All these pages pointed to the ruin atoll. I figured that was my next stop. Unfortunately, the mountain door was locked tight with no idea where to even begin, so I won't be able to reach the peak yet. I was on the hunt for any RGB statues. On the map of the overworld, there's one at the bottom, so before the ruin atoll, I went to go see. Okay, we can't pray there. No prayage yet. Sadly, it was out of reach, but underneath I noticed a door. I don't think I've been here. Interesting. This is going to be, I think this is going to be very important later. There's so much I've seen already in this world where I don't quite have the meaning for these discoveries yet. The thrill of knowing there's so much content left was really motivating. Once I uncover these meanings, it'll be rather glorious time. For now though, I ventured onward to the ruined atoll, and whilst I was going on the beach, I discovered a square with a gold hook. The chest only contained cubes, but there was another chest with some turrets a little further on the beach. Fortunately, these enemies are no longer a problem for me. The chest inside contained a lure. Oh, I like that. That's very cute. Very cute. I probably won't use that. With the ruined atoll having 4 RGB statues all connecting to the middle point, perhaps maybe interacting with the statues would do something. I started with the top right, discovering a locked golden door. Conveniently, just around this hill has the key to open it. The broken off area contained a broken health potion and a rope connecting to an area that was once inaccessible. Eventually, I walked all the way at the bottom left, making it to my first RGB statue. At first, I prayed about the distance it showed on the manual page with nothing happening. I spent a few minutes messing around with this until I decided to pray closer. Achievement! Engage a strange device. Hog. Oh my god. The fountain. What's the point in that though? I prayed at these RGB statues crossing off too. Coincidentally, the RGB statue that says 1 on the manual page was the hardest to reach, mostly because I ran at it with an inch of my life. F it, we ball, or F it, we ball. Hold up. Dude, what was that? That was like a mutated spider. I discovered that the purple void fountain negates my health rapidly and permanently takes it away until I sit at a shrine. I didn't realize what it was doing until it took all of my health, and since I never encountered this, I just kept moving forward. I sat in the puddle expecting greatness, and I got sadness. Taking care of every enemy this time, I was quite confused on how to get to 1 in the first place. What? He bro just pulled me up. I didn't even know he could do that. He scorpioned me. Just straight up pulled me up there. That might be good. That might be a good idea. I used this frog to my advantage to pull me up there with him. Last crystal thing. I pray to the mama fox. It lifts up and teleports me to a completely brand new area, discovering a floating island high in the clouds. When I way to the island though, there was nothing that could be done. All right, well, that's it for your boy. I only had 1 lead on where to go. At the top right of the map, there's the frog's domain. I entered this large downwards descent into their home. Fortunately, I had the map to this place earlier. I can see that there's a giant golden door with what looks to be the green key held inside. I haven't gotten a skill item in a hot minute, so when I get this pink flower, it reminded me that I have been sitting on a bunch of upgrades and gold cubes still unused. I put potion to level 3, HP from level 2 to 4, doubling my health, and I even found a tooth 30 seconds later with more than enough cubes to increase my attack level to 4. Made it all the way into the frog's domain, reaching the golden door, only to discover that someone got their hands on it first. I see a crevice that continues into what seems like a cult room. After taking down the mage and all his little cultists, I see what they were all hyped about, a purple orb surrounded by a bunch of weird tentacles. The magical orb is essentially a grappling hook. I can use the orb onto any hook as long as I have some mana. I use the orb on a sequence of hooks to get out really quick. Hey, see you later, bud. With the frog's domain picked clean, there was nothing else inside besides this orb. The only reasonable step was going back through the Mama Fox teleport again. With the now attained orb, I can grapple to the other side. This island is absolutely breathtaking, by the way. Even inside with beautiful lighting coming through the window is magnificent. This is the Great Library. At the top of these stairs is a hero's grave. Like everything else I've interacted with, I decided that I should pray here too, just to see if anything would happen. What happens if I pray? Oh, I figured that would happen. I am now at the hero's grave. I'm in a completely different spot than where I started. I'm in like 3 different universes. Oh, this is cute. All the items relating to increasing my stats are floating on pedestals, none of which I can grab. I don't think I was supposed to uncover this world quite yet. Although a cool find nonetheless, we almost certainly have to come back another time. The Great Library fittingly contained lots of pages to add to our booklet, adding up to 3 full pages. We get a map of the cathedral, an area not yet seen. Legend says wearing this allows you to do something extraordinary. There's like a coffee stain on it. like circles. The other side has diagrams of golden cubes. The next page has a little drawing of the door in the mountains with our sad little fox, and a bunch of cards. I really didn't experiment with these cards as much as I should have, which will come to bite me in the ass very soon. Scavenger's mask. In the corner, there's a box that has a star on water, with the only understandable words being 60 seconds and shh. 60 seconds to what? I am unsure. This will have better context really late in the video, so if you're following along, just remember this for now. Last page was a map of the quarry and the swamp old burying ground, both places not discovered yet. I was most interested on the page with the golden cubes, and of course, there was conveniently one right here. I pray like I have with everything else, and... oh, so this is the warp zone. Oh, okay, well, let me go back here so we can use this as like fast traveling. Anyway, I climbed the ladder, arriving all the way to the top of the library. Maybe I shouldn't have went up here. The librarian. This menace likes to fly around, which means my main damage dealer is my fire wand. Anytime I run out of magic, it would be very helpful by summoning purple enemies so that I can farm more uses of my wand. He was honestly really scary to fight. Any type of hit took out a bar, which is not very appreciative. Blocked that last second. I don't know if it counted. I think I got hit a little bit. Before going back up, I equipped the health card. My mindset was that perhaps that killing the purple enemies would give out both a little mana, but also a little bit of health. My assumption was right, but it seemed sparse with when the hearts would drop, but a little health could go a long way. Sometimes during the fight, I run out of mana, and the librarian would be so far from the building that I'm just waiting for him to make a move. No! I rolled into it. I felt that was a little bit underpowered going into this fight. All right, the reason why I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet is that the companion dudes are doing so much more damage to me than like I should realistically take. So I think I need to get my defense up, but we got to 4th phase. Me being stubborn, I didn't bother looking for defense stat increases and kept checking my head into the fight, which resulted in a lot of preventable deaths along the way. No! Oh, he doesn't like that, and I rolled. I'm weak. I don't have no stamina. Nice. Dude, you're a freaking bro for helping me. I was behind him. How does that count as a kill? I did the right thing and I died. All right, game. I see you're cheating me now. I did notice that there were moments where the librarian would get stuck in parts of the building sticking up. Just was waiting for a good time to capitalize. I got lucky. I got really lucky. He got stuck on that so hard. So close. I don't have any mana though. Summon a minion, please. I don't say it often. No. Go. Yeah. With the librarian down, it turns out he was also the thief, as he drops the green key out of his pockets. Picking up the key earns us an 11th achievement high above the clouds. I love that. That was a good boss. I test out the use of the teleporters in some of the portals I'm not certain of. The icon that looked like a sword was of course an area that has a sword in the middle. I can't pray or interact with the sword either, so I'm not too sure why it's here. There was an unmarked portal beneath the stairs which takes me to a peculiar area. Whoa, hello. Oh, you're endgame. You're an endgame thing. The green key attained, the next lead was unbeknownst to me. I went on a large breadcrumb trail for 3 hours on this stupid key and didn't get anything on my trek that hinted towards my next key. I did notice, however, on the manual page, if you zoom far into the page, there's a really tiny arrow what seems to be a ramp. Perhaps this could be something? Inside contains a chest of our very first gold coin and a bunch of bells and room dividers. This didn't have anything to do with keys, but after fiddling with the room dividers for a couple of minutes, I discovered what this room is. Wait, have I just not been paying attention? I'm like a different color now. I'm a gray fox. What can we change it all to? This room's entirely optional, but was one of my favorite finds. I changed it to my favorite color combo and kept his look for the rest of the playthrough. I decided to fight the green guy, and with the use of the magic dagger, was able to take him out, a feat I deemed once impossible. It of course led to a ladder, bringing me to the entrance of a brand new area. I of course prayed on the RGB statue, bringing the current further down the path. Whoa, wait. This area is all messy and like not good looking at all, dilapidated. Indeed, it was a big mess because this is the quarry. Another RGB statue went down without a fight, which lit up the path towards a shrine and a golden cube. Off rip, I could tell that the quarry was going to be tough. One moment I was full and the next half my health was gone. I couldn't pray to the statue this time either. It rapidly took away all of my life, making me immediately have to go back to the shrine. We met the 2 of the 3 enemy types of the quarry already, but the 3rd is more sneaky in how they fight. Oh, he throws bombs too? That asshole. I didn't even know. They're all really tough, but it was mainly the sniper. Snipe me. The snipers are so quick on the trigger that it's hard to navigate past them. It felt once again that I was not built for this area. Eventually though, I reached a point where I could see the bigger picture of the quarry, and man, is this area huge, since I gotta get all the way down there to reach that giant door. Made it to the top of the quarry with 0 health. It was really my fault though. I sat in the black crystal for too long. I only did it because I saw there was a shrine, but the worst feeling is that it can't be reached as it's completely surrounded in water. If I were to die at all, I would return back near the entrance, which wasn't going to be a fun time. Climbing this ladder, I opened a chest that has a golden coin. Behind the shrine is the monastery, which unfortunately I was forced to fight through here. I used my fire wand to create distance, but when a sniper sees you, distance doesn't really matter. I only had a tooth I found in the area, so I upgraded to level 5. It was fortunately enough to where I made it back to the monastery with enough health and all the enemies dead, or at least for a bit. The end of the monastery had a hero's grave and a chest containing a card that looks to be a mask. This is where me not looking at the cards really comes to bite me. I picked it up and didn't really think anything of it, but it turns out it's one of the most important cards to progress. I pretty much searched the rest of the monastery area just looking for a shrine. I searched so much that I find an entire path that leads from the monastery to the mountain, which is such a nasty trick to keep hiding a path. They keep doing it to me and I keep falling for it. Literally 30 seconds later, I find another hidden path. I continued downward to see the rest of the quarry, but this is truly where I struggled. I can't get down here because my life gets completely drained from all the black crystals. And the whole time we have this god-awful noise. Yeah, this is great. This is very pleasing to the ears, going through this area. Just love doing this area and not being able to see for half of it. Yeah, that's... love it. I also love being 1 HP as well. If only there was something I'm missing. I can't quite place what I could possibly be missing. I upgraded my defense to level 4 and decided to get the hell out of the quarry to find anything that could help. I remembered that a manual page hinted at throwing coins into a well, so I threw my 2 coins I had on me. The first throw earned me an achievement for making a wish, and my second wish was sadness and emptiness. But whenever I find a 3rd coin, something is destined to happen according to the manual page. Try going to areas that have not yet been explored, starting with the bottom right of the overworld. I technically was already here, but the map of the overworld had a bridge leading off the page. I didn't see anything out of the usual other than a manual page out of reach that I saw prior, till it accidentally went into combat, which revealed a wooden bridge. I can follow the path to find an entire new area, the old burying ground. This zone is extremely dangerous and best left alone, even if you're feeling brave. Only ghosts are permitted to enter the inner grounds. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. The warning is pretty scary, but what's truly scary is the door is completely barricaded. Even the shop is closed off, so we can't do anything here for now. I use my orb to hook onto this turret that has a gold coin inside the chest. Immediately, I wanted to find out what the 3rd wish did for me. We are rewarded a 2nd square for another card slot. Since I did not care at all, the worst mistake of the playthrough so far might I add, I just clicked whatever looked the coolest. My live reaction perfectly sums up best how excited I was. Right? It really wasn't worth. Pretty much since the beginning of this playthrough, I had some idea where to go, but with no clue on how to approach the quarry, no hints sticking out like a sore thumb, I was officially lost with 0 leads on where to go. I went into random places, like under the well, because I remember there was a question mark that I walked past. It was a current leading into a wall, so my first idea was to bomb the wall. I thought it was gonna be a secret door. What did I, wait, your pocket feels heavier. Understood the margin of page 17. What? I don't even have page 17. I do have page 17. Okay. I don't know what I did. If this video teaches you anything about me, it is that I will never escape the can't read allegations, because the bottom of the manual page clearly is hinting to what I just did. Anyway, the next day, I followed the purple current to an RGB statue that I could pray at to activate its trail, which then unveils the secret door to a chest, finding my 4th gold coin. I still had no idea where to go, but I went into previous areas to see if anything stood out to me. Inside the dark tomb, there was a hidden entrance nearby all the laser frogs, containing another golden coin. Looking at the portal room, I check out this broken pathway, seeing a page. Consulting the manual, I realized that the teleport there is the one over where we first began the game. Watch this manual page be like, not even helpful? Honestly, this is mostly irrelevant, but I use this page as a good excuse to look over pages of my manual. I looked at page 51 and holy fuck, it's literally underlined. Just look at it, man, it's right in front of you. I did notice that there was a page underneath the bridge to spawn, so I went down to the beach and used the waterfall to go all the way around to a page of a map overview of a new spot that contains this monster, the Fortress of the Eastern Vault. Spyrite and Safarock. This was honestly when I realized that I may have been doing things in a wrong order, as I see that this hint with the cube are about praying. The backside was honestly a really cool illustration of the Great Library. I think this is my favorite page to look at, although not really helpful. I find a golden coin right next to where I found the page, making that my 6th coin. This single page was enough information to put together the fortress was up here. We did use our hook shot for one thing. A health poke. Immediately inside the fortress, I find a lure, and like all the other RGB statues, praying connects it to the nearby shrine. At the nearby well, I put all my coins into it, earning me my 3rd square, and finally, after hours of neglect, I finally realized I had the answer all along. I'm just putting random things on here. Scavenger mask, what does that do? Oh, that's a gas mask. That's how we prevent the purple goo from the quarry, eh? Dude, why didn't I bother to test that? I saw the card. Oh, I hit my mic. I saw that the card said scavenger mask. I should have been able to pick up that it's a gas mask for the purple stuff. God, this game makes me feel so dumb. Here at the fortress, I follow the purple currents to build my RGB setup. Behind the pillar is a page containing a very important hint, the colored keys locations. The green we can already cross off, but now red corresponds to where we are right now, covered in the forest. As well as confirms that the blue key at the root of the world, very likely the quarry. Other side was about an uncomfortable fight, and I theorized here that the fox was once the king and died, which would make sense in that there have been heroes' graves scattered around. I followed the purple trail into the shop. I bought an extra health pot, making that 5 total. A small ladder goes down into a brand new area, with it hinting that it's page 30 here. Fortunately, we have the entire map set up so that I can have an easy exploration. Another hint that I may have been going at these keys in the wrong order, well, except I picked up the page where it shows the order and how to get all the keys, is that the enemies here are absolute pushovers. But I'm not going to complain after the beatdown the quarry was giving me. The biggest positive exploring this fortress is that I can search thoroughly. I'm finding free upgrades which can only help me going forward. I reconnect the purple current leading all the way to a 2nd floor. Up here, I have a page that is a picture of the librarian menace that I fought. Holy Cross Cathedral. I haven't even been to the cathedral. Oh, this was towards the sky. So we already have this, so this is useless to me? The other side is those damn scavengers in the quarry. Cute illustrations though. I've run into a shrine and I use it to upgrade my HP to level 5 and stamina to level 3. Eventually I make it all the way to the large golden door similar to the ones I found at the temple and Frog's Domain. I connect the left RGB pillar so that it activates the door, but sadly it requires both sides to be powered. I continue to follow the trail, reaching all the way to the end of the right that has a hero's grave. Around the grave is a card. I'm never going to make the mistake of not looking at these cards again. This one is an anklet, making me go really fast. Huh, interesting. That's a completely different spot. I'm off the page. I'm off the damn page. I make it to the right side's electric connection and was able to connect it all the way to the golden door. Entering, we're now in the Eastern Vault, and what we know about the vault is that a giant monster awaits us. Before the inevitable, I earned enough cubes to improve my magic to level 3. Directly up from the shrine, I can interact with this hexagon, giving me a small dialogue box completely covered in red text. I'm about to be cooked. On guard. Siege engine. Okay. Although Siege Engine doesn't fly like the Librarian, I was struggling to even do damage to him. How do I even get close to him? I have to hit like his key. Unless there's another spot I can hit. I might be able to... Oh, I see his weak spot. He has a lantern for like a heart. So when he's doing that, I really can't hit him. Completely behind the engine was the lantern, which is really good damage. Just getting behind it was the problem. I'm trying to get in. He slammed me like a pancake, dude. Honestly, thanks to all my stats and a little bit of luck, I was pretty fortunate that it didn't take me too long. This is my This is my moment. That was my moment. Conquer. Completed. I enter and I conquer. My reward is a red scepter. Inserting it into the hexagon, we get a big animation unveiling our next key. It's just gonna keep raising, huh? The gem. It's mine. The red gem. Using the teleporter, I head straight to the quarry and equip my stupid ass scavenger mask. There was a chest back there? I didn't even know. All right, that was an accidental pull. Nice, love that. The safety of wearing my mask, I can navigate everywhere. The scavengers were still piecing me up, but not nearly as bad as before. Except for these dynamite scavengers. These guys are slippery and just kept running. I really wanted a full kill, so I kept following him, which led me down the wrong alley. Why are you running from me? Oh, wait, these are all snipers. Oh, this is a bad predicament. I gotta run. I gotta dip. The toaster's running. I'm sorry, I gotta go. You gonna follow me, little bro? If you're gonna follow me, I'll take you on. He just trick-shotted me, by the way. That wasn't supposed to happen, dude. I soon return with more health and potions ready to tear up. You know what? I don't use these very often, but this is perfect opportunity. Hiya! All right, well, they just... They moved away from my shit. Clear out the group of snipers and a chest awaiting me on the edge. Inside is a brand new weapon. A gun! Somehow I saw a chest all the way down here, so good eye on me. This had a third broken health pot giving me my 6th potion. I want to use my gun. You're getting gunned. Nice. Shotgun? It's like a shotgun blast more so than actual gun. I thought it was going to be how they use their gun. Eventually I find myself all the way down the quarry, making it all the way to the giant door. I was curious where this elevator went, and in a decline I encountered an entire new world down here. My little lance. Whoa. We're in the underground city. This reminds me a little bit of the BioShock intro when you're going down into Rapture. We are inside the ziggurat. All I cared about was finding a shrine, so I didn't ever have to deal with that trek ever again. I was really happy seeing the new shrine close by. I was also extremely happy that I could remove the dumbass mask too. There was an RGB statue up here and no access to use the ladder forward, so I prayed like always. All right, we'll pray. Oh, you're not... Okay, you're not an actual RGB statue. You're a monster. He's a tanky boy, but a good few hits did the machine in. Or at least I thought. Oh my god, you're a warrior now. General Grievous over here thinks he could take me on, but all I had to do was sit back and just wail on him with my wand. It wasn't doing much, sadly. I don't have the attack or anything to really fend off here. Him gone activates the ladder down and we can venture down this giant tower. So giant, in fact, the camera follows me. I must have been going down for a good couple minutes before I made it to the destination. Inside was a chest. Got another decoy that I won't use. This area was rather neat. I liked the sci-fi theme that was going on here, and it seemed that there was more darker side to Tunic. Whoa, hello. Hello, purple fox with no stomach. Can I help you out, brother? I pray for you, my boy. I don't know what that's going to do. You're kind of fucked in there. We only continue going deeper and deeper inside the labyrinth, uncovering a darker truth about the RGB statues. Hello. Oh, wow. So I've been praying to completely messed up foxes this whole time for these statues. Oh, that's so creepy. How do I stop this? I enter outside the statue manufacturer to find a large pink liquid room, and nearby I find a familiar looking foe. Oh, that's the spider thing I saw from earlier. They divide into smaller spiders after death, and each hit takes away some life, which was rather annoying. I found it best to just do what the spider did upon first encounter and run for my life. On my jog, I find an extra health potion stored away. This is my last health potion I find, so any extra broken health pots I get, I just won't mention anymore. When a group of spiders started to swarm me, I blasted them with my gun. We have a small boss section with 2 General Grievuses. They summon spiders here too, but the Grievuses are not fan of the spiders. That makes 3 of us. Fuck these spiders, am I right? Am I right? Hey, don't attack me now. All things considering, it's a rather easy area. However, the creepiness of Tunic only goes further down the rabbit hole. Dude, that's so many RGB statues. I just realized what I'm looking at here. Oh, and zooming out too? God damn. You may have noticed that there were no scavengers down here, and that's because they're all dead. Even this shrine too was dead. Well, the shrine was temporary. These guys were perma-dead. Activating the shrine also opened a door. Oh my god, this is the entrance. That's how we cube. I felt I was near the blue key, so I continued onward to finish out my quest. Except it wasn't that simple. The last scavenger was blocking my way. The boss scavenger. Oh, he kicked me. That's not very nice. I used my shotgun blast right away, dealing almost 2 full bars of health, but I didn't take into account that she too had a gun. Once I ran out of mana, the back and forth basically only became back. I was cooked. Oh, I dodged. I knew you were gonna do that. I didn't know you were gonna do that. It appeared that as long as I played defense, the boss scavenger couldn't do much to me. It also meant I was not doing too much to her either. Only my shotgun was big damage. It really came down to the wire. I had just used my last health potion and she was on her last bar. Just hold it. Just keep fighting. Yeah, GG, man. You can't beat the spam X tactic. Sorry to tell you, little bro. That was GG. The blue key was now in my hands, and with that means all the keys were in my possession. I could now save Mama Fox. I head to the temple for what we all been waiting for. I started the red key to remove the outer ring, blue key for the inner ring, and the green key to make all of the rings fall for good. Replacing every key, I get an achievement for completing the key collection. Feeling quite proud of our feat, I go to Mama Fox so she can give me a good job and live happily ever after. Oh, we can check the hero sword. Let's check the sword. Oh my god, it's Mama. Yes. We have the gems. Oh, she's about to fuck us up. The hair. Oh, what? She killed me so fast, I didn't even get to see her health bar. Why do you have to do me like that? That's rude. I revived you and now you're gonna fight me? In a moment of weakness, the game reveals to us that who we were saving was the villain. In a weird deja vu moment, we are shown the beginning of the game all over again, but this time during night. At our current state, we are now a permanent ghost. Our stats are completely grayed, everything we have worked towards all back to 0. We are at our weakest state. I prayed at the golden key for some answers. Instead, I learned that due to our help to Mother Fox, the world seems to be in a corrupt state. I can see Ghost Fox around the world now too. Trying to speak to them, they are no help because I can't read the Tunic language. Hero. Fool. Thanks. Appreciate that. Thanks for calling me a fool. The bottom right now has a light bridge that reaches the RGB statue. There was once a time where I spent so much time wondering how to get to it. My answer was I just wasn't ready for it yet. We are back here at the old burying grounds and the vibes here are completely different at night. It now makes sense that I couldn't access through the gate as only ghosts are permitted to enter the inner grounds and the red line being the way to activate everything. I love how they set that up. As a newly ghost, I can enter the inner grounds as I please. Just to show you my stats are garbage, these skeletons were once 2 hits max. Now I can't seem to do anything. Nothing a good shotgun blast can't fix though. Also, I see a gold skull. Kick that down. I tried going to where I kicked the skull. Perhaps there was something more to that and found something way more menacing. Okay. All right. Walk away. Walk away. I didn't bother with the golden skull anymore. That guy was too strong for me, but I did go back so I could grab the chest. It of course had a gold coin in here, and another chest had another golden coin. This was enough so that I was able to get my 10th wish, giving me the 4th card slot. Got an extra card, and you know what? Scavenger mask gang all the way. I make it a good ways into the old burying ground and discover a good view of the next area. On my way to the cathedral, I noticed a familiar statue down below glowing. What's all that action down there with the red, blue, green colors on the hero's grave? Oh my god, can we finally access the items? Oh, we might. I'm pogging if we are. Inside the cathedral, we have a new enemy. They're all me. Not gonna lie, me have hands. All right, well, you just did like all my damage. Nice, we're just going straight to the health. Thankfully, we have a map of the cathedral, but unthankfully, the map is complete dog shit. I have no idea where I am sometimes. One moment I'm at 5, then the next I'm at 10. Why would you make it 2D? At least we didn't get to 7, because 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it does post an interesting point that 6, 7, and 8 are all areas we don't explore on the map. More on that later. Anyway, I explore until I'm in this room. Oh, what do we got over here? Oh, we have the demonic fox. He's hanging on a cross. Oh, wow. What an original concept I've never seen before. I activate the RGB statue that's in the main area of the cathedral, revealing an elevator with quite a large amount of skulls. Backtracking, a particular someone is no longer there. He did not die for our sins, damn. With only 1 place to go, we venture downwards towards 12, and eventually we go down the ladder. Ah! Oh no! What is this? This large room seems like an arena, and around the area has a bunch of statues surrounding the arena. Looks to be a gauntlet. So I get to pick what characters I want to fight. The plan was simple. Pick the enemy that I struggle with the most first, and end off with the easiest for last. Very simple. Do I just get a health potion? Dude, I would love a health potion. Oh yeah! Oh, that's not, okay, that is not what I, probably shouldn't have done that first. Got through one. Using the health potion first means that I'm already at a disadvantage and I need to play this without replenishing my potions. Fortunately for me, I've shown just how capable I am at this game. Straight back to the shrine. With the death, I'm now back at the start. I chose the RGB enemy first. This is basically the Guardian Knight we fought earlier, but a tinier version. I used my shotgun to blast it, but a second one spawned. Without mana, I had to rely on my skills. One hit from these dudes take out nearly all of my health, so I have to be very mindful when I can attack. Just the first wave of enemies took all of my health potions. Which one did I struggle with? Maybe I struggled with this guy the most? Oh, you're the weak guy. Oh, never mind. The big frogs didn't spawn until the very end. They weren't too bad, but it did make me use my last health pot. I don't know why, but the next statue I picked was the fairies. I didn't have any mana, so my hope was for something light. Oh my god, it's literally, what the what? You know what? Friendly fire. My only saving grace was that they friendly fire each other. Luckily, the turrets dropped mana, so I could get some back and then take out the rest using my wand. Being near death's door, I chose to do health next. Not only did it refill my health, it also replenished all of my potions too. The sword and shield guys were easy. I separated the knight from the pack and 1v1 them until everyone was gone. I figured with the other two waves being enemies I didn't have any trouble on before, that the rest was going to be a piece of cake. I was mostly right. The candle guys did big damage, but were quickly taken care of, and the skelly bones fell soon after too. If we don't talk about that failure of a first attempt, that's basically a first try. We have defeated the candle room. And with that, we have detained a chest. Question mark, question mark, question mark. You feel a tingling. Yeah, oh my god, I have the crowns for me, the flowers. What? I have a dash teleport! Now I'm the king! With the use of the crown, we can teleport over to areas that were previously unreachable. Outside, there's a nearby ladder, and by climbing up, I see the hero's grave. When I prayed at the grave hours ago, nothing happened, but now that we have the crown, we can now teleport over to the items. My stamina is now restored. Our goal now is to become ourselves again. It's unfortunately not that simple. We're gonna have to trek to every single hero's grave so that we can recollect our belongings. I can quickly get out of the cathedral thanks to the crown, and also retrieve that pesky page I've been eyeing for quite some time. We get the full picture of who the little fox was fighting. Now it all makes sense. The hero was fighting Mama Fox, who turned out to be the hare, and in this case, it seems that we are the hero and that the fight between these two have gone on for way too long. Maybe some kind of time loop, perhaps? That's the little I pieced together from this. The other side was talking about data management. I was a little intrigued that we get this information so late in the game, so curiosity got the better of me here. How do I guess load game, because I haven't looked at that. So I could load into I guess that, what was that? File 2. You know what? I'll load it. It's obviously telling me something. What manual pages do I have? No new manual pages, unfortunately. This gave me old Zelda vibes with this perspective. There wasn't much to do here as it loops back to where I started. Why would they put this in the game then? I loaded back into my save empty-handed. I went to the West Garden to reach the hero's grave, but on the way there, I ran into the RGB statue that was once unreachable. Praying here activates the golden cube. I couldn't reach this gold cube though. I managed to get a bit distracted and just started teleporting randomly around the West Garden. I found a fisherman who had the chest of my 5th money bag, and then walking around the water trail, I teleported over to a flower upgrade. Looking at the manual, I noticed it was rather close to an arrow, and I had the thought that there may have been something more to that arrow. And sure enough, there was something in of a lone cherry blossom. Oh, this is... I have to translate. Okay, well, I speak of translating. I'm sure I gotta translate that text. That text for this. For some reason, I thought that the scripture here was related to this lone tree, but I was told that wasn't the case. I was having lots of trouble reaching the hero's grave as it was surrounded by purple liquid, so I gave up for now. At the beach, I ran into random cave entrance number 47. This one just had a new item of an hourglass. Hourglass slows down time, which was cool, but after this cave, I never touched it again. This was right out in the open. I could have grabbed it hours ago, so I was curious to see if I had missed any other cave entrances. Directly underneath the spawn bridge, there was a hidden pathway which inside at the end had a chest with nothing around it. I just teleported to grab the chest. Walking around, there were some invisible areas that I could and couldn't walk on, which I thought was weird, but moved on. Since I was here, I figured it'd be a good time to grab manual pages that I saw earlier in the playthrough that I couldn't grab. The first was the water pit, which is basically telling us how to return to our normal state, with a candle icon referenced on page 23. Didn't have page 23 yet. Oh, that's Z. Maybe I should start preparing. There's gotta be a translate puzzle at some point. I'm not gonna write anything down, but I feel like there's a translate puzzle coming up. Future me will hate past me because I won't solve that. I wanted to reach the West Garden first, so I walked to the portal room from the overworld. With the West Gardens now activated, I can enter the left side portal. Here I can teleport onto little platforms, reaching a cheeky manual page. For seeking an end, use the power of the Holy Cross and traverse the golden path. Share your wisdom. The fuck? When did I pick up that? Oh my god. I didn't look at the other page. Down, right, up, left, up, right. The backside of 46, I had no idea what this was referring to yet. The fair. Oh my god, we're going to the fair. Going to the market. Seeking spell. Thought it'd be better to put that on the shelf for now and try to figure out this damn hero's grave instead. I remember that the way I entered the gardens initially was through the creepy purple room, and by looking at the manual page, I can see an entranceway. I used my crown to reach that area and bypassed all the purple guck to reach the garden's grave. Praying on our second grave, we get the defense stat back. I opened up our booklet to see if there's any information on any of the pages, and I noticed that page 43 has references to these snake doors with a code. The bottom has an image in a D-pad, so when I'm near the reference snake door, I gave the D-pad a try. Down, right, up, left, up, right. I had to be closer to it. Aha, it's like the Konami code. I already have one, but because I already have one, you're not gonna dual wield that bitch? Looking at the other pictures, I note that the first image is nearby the water pit, so I also try it there. This completes the Holy Cross page, yet I don't understand the importance of this page yet. Hidden secrets, Holy Cross, the golden path in the overworld. The other side completes the side to show that there are two endings, clearing the game or seeking an ending. The last manual page that I once couldn't reach was finally in my hands. This shows that the hare was evil, which would have been really helpful hours ago. I continue to be on the hunt for these snake doors. Going off of my memory, I head to the area where I found the shield. I tried to code here, but this time nothing happens. Being here, I accidentally stumbled my way into this hidden room. Wait, what is this? I didn't have a clue why that snake door didn't work, but I wanted to give the golden snake statue a good college try. Down, right, down, left, down, right. Doesn't work there. I had to try. Anyway, nearby I walked to the fortress for the next hero's grave, but that was completely blocked off. I did see on the map a cool frog-shaped rock. I wanted to see if I could teleport into that. Inside has the ghost fox, but instead of bartering, he just gives us a manual page like a true homie. 22 is more hints and clues. One of them being an image of the shield area with the hidden area just found, as well as a bed. Potentially might be able to sleep there? Other side was the candle reference from earlier, with this page being all the spots of the hero's graves. I started with the fortress as it had a teleporter at the eastern vault. Once I was walking towards the hero's grave, I did notice that there were spots I could teleport on, and looking at the map, it shows an arrow, so of course wants to entice us with a hidden path. The cave has a bunch of leaves on the ground, so I smack up the leaves to find... Oh, hello, chest. A bell. Dusty. Found secret treasure number 11. Our first secret treasure, an entire hidden collectible I had no idea was even a thing. We'll eventually have to collect all of them. Anyway, I walked to the hero's grave. Praying here gives us our health back, completing 3 of the 6 heroes' graves. The next one was the Great Library, but I had a really dumb moment. The Rune of Toll was blocked off, both from Teleporter and the Overworld, so for the next 15 minutes, I was stumbling around, even though the answer was right in front of me. Oh, I see you. I see you, Arrow, trying to hide from me. I see you, Arrow. Oh, you could hide one or me. Oh, that's just a secret, isn't it? Found secret treasure number 12. Oh, that's just an achievement. I'll take the achievement, but I wanted something that was like actually helpful. I'm so stuck. I eventually realized that the hidden area was the secret treasure room. Neat, but it didn't help me any in finding how to get to the heroes' graves. Eventually, I just moved on from the library. I went to the mountain area as I remembered a shortcut to get to the monastery. But right when I was approaching the hero's grave, it was blocked off. Well, now how the fuck do I get in this one? Dude, Potion. You're supposed to be my guy, Potion. What are you doing? So I concluded I had to walk away, but that's when I noticed the ghost that was once on the cross. Oh, hello. This is my first taste of combat with the crown, and whoa, it was amazing to be able to dodge attacks and swipe back into combat in an instant, until I ran out of stamina. This enemy was really tough. I was using every tool that the game gave me to pull through. Hide! Firecracker! 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 Got him! The purple liquid is now gone, and I can now pray at the grave for my potion to be normal again. I knew where the last 2 heroes' graves were, but I didn't know how to get to either. The library and the East Forest were both blocked off. The diagram for the East Forest was rather unclear too. There's like a red ladder. That's not really helpful. I was stuck here for a long time looking at these pages for any hint. It could not be any less clear. Then it hits me. Wait. There's a teleporter in the... There's a teleporter. I'm dumb. There's a The entire time, it was sitting in my face. Finally, I made it to the Great Library again. I meet the librarian again. He's chilling on his chair this time though. Going down, I see that the purple liquid is blocked again and that we're gonna need to fight like before. Putting them out reveals the hero's grave again. We get our mana bar back. Now the last one is attack, and I don't know. I can teleport. Oh, I can teleport in these. Oh. I didn't find it the exact way, but the diagram on the attack, if we look at the teleporter room page, in between we can see the icon right here. Very clever, Tunic. Very clever. The Eastern Forest is basically untouched by corruption. I also barely touched the Eastern Forest, so there were a lot of chests unopened. On my way, I found a chest that refilled my firecrackers, and directly underneath was a golden coin. Right before the hero's grave had a hidden chest containing a money bag too. This makes our 6th one found. How ironic that our very first hero's grave we discovered was our very last hero grave to visit. The last stat attained and arguably our most important stat back with us, we can finally return back to our old body again. Your body is restored. With all my skills intact, it was time to get revenge on the one who took away my stats, the heir. Being able to dash past her attacks were absolutely necessary here. She was whooping in the first half, but I started to lock in. All right, last health pot. Oh, you did the Zenith thing. You best. Oh, I got hit by the Venn diagram attack. Fuck that attack. I could beat her. I could beat her first try. I want to do it. It's 1-or-1. It's 1-or-1. GG. G freaking G. That's what you get for betraying me. Oh, you're gonna be a second phase. Oh, you're a second phase. Oh, you're so cringe. You're so cringe. You're so cringe. Her second phase was absolutely brutal, is what I would say if I didn't cheese her. I've never used the lure before. Let's see how that does. The lure seemed useless at first, but was actually running around the arena and providing a huge distraction that the hair seemed fully focused on. All I needed to do now was get to her second phase for an easy victory. It's gonna be quite some time though. Bro, just like that, I'm instantly dead. Once I got to her second phase, I used the lure, and with that, she didn't know who the real fox was. Yo, the lure is the best item in the game. That made it free. With the air now gone, the heir to the heir would be us. My commentary describes it pretty well. Oh wow, so we are now the mama fox. But we're just fox. And then the whole game begins again. That's the bad ending, I guess. We became the heir successor, but if taking a look at the ending page in our booklet, we only cleared the game as our rightful place. There's still another ending, seeking an end by sharing our wisdom, which in this case is by using the power of the Holy Cross, traversing the golden path. I've been seeing hints of this golden path, but I was still unsure what that meant. But what I did know, thanks to a helpful chatter, is the magic dagger wasn't the Holy Cross, and that meant the only other would be the D-pad, which makes way more sense. For the bad ending, we get a game over screen and an achievement for reaching our rightful place. Then it shows a choice. I could either keep going to find the remaining 4 pages, or I could continue on to New Game Plus. Well, since I'm only missing 4 pages, I might as well just retry. I clicked retry with the main goal of completing the manual. We were back in the world, still at night. The hint for page 22 told me that there's a sleep option in the old man house. I may have beat the game, but there's still a lot more than 100%. And honestly, although I had fun just beating the game, the post-game was where the game really shined. Going to the old man house, I could use the bed now to swap between day and night. I'm glad they added this so that it gives full reign to teleport as I please with the crown. There are only 4 manual pages I was missing. I felt that finding manual pages lying around the world was unlikely. I explored pretty much everywhere, so aimlessly walking around wasn't exactly ideal. Some of the doors didn't work using the code on the manual page, so I went and figured out these doors, which led me to this great discovery. Zooming in on the other side of the snake door illustration, I noticed there were arrows of directions, which made me think that the arrow input was based on the pattern. So up, right, down, left, down, right. Yes, got it. With the door magically opened, inside holds pages 52, 53 of the manual, the memo. So why are some parts of the pages like sometimes gold? That's what I'm not getting. I had no clue what any of 52 meant yet. Literally just looked like scribbles I do when I was 5. At least the other side had a couple understandable hints. The bottom has a sketch of the secret area I found earlier. I'll do this pretty soon, but my eyes were focused on the drawing at the top. It looked like the windmill with a bunch of arrows. Since I was right next to it, that was my next stop. Observing the notes in the windmill, the arrows were pointing the opposite direction of where it was going. But it's not going that way, it's going the other direction. What? I was confused, but after analyzing the details of the mill more carefully, each white square contains a direction, and when we look at the manual page, the arrows are in specific directions. It also shows where to start with the dot and end too, signifying that the white spools are the points. This was already way too much for me to process. I had to pull out the pen and paper for this. I don't know if there's a spot to have to do this at. Down, left, left, up, right, right, left, down, right, up, down. Yes! Did it correctly. That is just a taste to come for what Tunic has to offer. I ran all the way to the East Forest spot for the other memo. According to page 53, if we have the magic dagger, the fire wand, and we have a grappling orb, X and Y at the same time, and then B. Oh, I see. Nice. Another secret. That is the crown. I'm the king. Regal Weasel. Secret treasure number 6. I was back to square one again, so I had to figure the chicken scratch that is page 52. What is this puzzle at the top left? Does this mean starting at a flower? So there's 2 places that I remember there being a flower. One of them is in the West Garden, and I think the other one is in the Overworld. I went to the West Garden and found a bunch of flowers by a cherry blossom. That didn't look like anything I was looking for, so I went to the Overworld. Eventually, I saw the pretty pink flower. The answer was written right in the manual, so it was really easy to solve. Up, right, down, left, down, left, down, left, down, left, up. No, it's not that. Okay, so where do I even go from here? I saw the arrow in the diagram and decided to follow it until I saw something distinct, which turned out to be absolutely nothing. I had no idea. Decided to give up for now to do stuff I somewhat understand. At the top of the overworld, I remember seeing a golden snake statue. Input into directions gives a manual page. The Fairy Spring. final treasure? 48, 11, 2. Huh? Is this all the is this all the manual pages? Yes, indeed. This page includes everything, but of what, I do not know yet. On the other side, there's a bunch of fairies that I need to find in order 100% Tunic. It even says 100% right there. These pages also connect the two diagrams together for a thing called the seeking spell, which thanks to a new addition, I was able to figure it out. Up, left, up, right, down, right. So that's the seeking spell? What does that mean? What does that even do for me though? What the hell is the seeking? Because right now I'm seeking asylum for where he's trying to lead me towards. Well, after a bit, the spell would end where I was sitting, so me being a genius came to the conclusion that it shows me where the fairy puzzles are. I knew this stupid flower was a puzzle the whole time, which is great and all, but I still do not know how to solve it. So I went to find other puzzles. With the seeking spell, I can spam the code until it stops at a puzzle. Only downside is that sometimes it would go like this. Where's it going? Where are you going? Page 48 also has the secret gathering place, which I have run into a few times during my playthrough. There was something on the checklist with this, so I decided to look. Looks like there's a code on the wall. Oh, this is gonna be such a long puzzle. All right. For my first fairy puzzle, I could not have chosen a more terrible one to start. What messed me up was the cave blocking the top right of the code, so then I had to swap over to the other side. When I would draw the shape, I ran out of space for my paper, so I had to start all over again. Also, the paper in question were sticky notes. I spent an hour just trying to draw the entire shape out, get to the 17th turn, then realize I don't have any space left. Multiple times! I'm not proud of how long it took me. Fuck, I'm gonna have to rewrite this. Let me do it again. Okay, I got it. Oh, it's down, right, up, right, up, right, up, left, up, left, up, right, up, right, up, left, down, left, down, left, down, right, down, left, down, right, up, right. That's a 30 sequence combo. Combo breaker. I got it. Yes. Yes. I got it. Took 3 pages. Three whole pages. Look at this. This is the first 2 fails, and then this is the actual layout. Oh, what is in this golden chest? Achievement. I'm free. Freed a friendly fairy. With the secret gathering place fairy found, it ticked off one of the 20 boxes on page 48. I had no clue where the last 2 manual pages were, so I kept searching for more fairies. The seeking spell led me inside the old house. Now that I have some experience under my belt, I noticed the code immediately, but see something new. I guess if it's a line, then I would do the input twice. After a bit, I put together that the crosses are double inputs. This was an easy fairy, but was a very important discovery for future puzzles. I make it to a metal cross that I may have passed 20 times over unknowingly, thinking nothing of it, and interacting with the sign reveals a bunch of Tunic language. I looked through the manual a few times over, discovering the cardinal directions on page 34, and looking at the metal cross again, these are directions to follow. Left, right, down, right, left, up, right, down, left, up, down, right, left. Yes. Some of the fairies were encrypted in Tunic language, so unsure where to look there, I focused my attention on words, like the Great Library, simply just inputting the code on this map. Some of these puzzles are really simple, and that's completely okay to me. My little pea brain needs these. Next up, I checked the sealed temple. I had no idea where I ended up seeing this one as I explored everywhere inside, but was thoroughly shocked to find it was right at the entrance. Up, right, left, up, right, down, right, up, left. I forgot about left. That was the one I was missing. These fairies are a very cool reveal. I'm exploring areas that were once thought to have no meaning, only to realize there were entire puzzles right in front of my eyes I completely missed. Especially with the use of the golden cross to create these puzzles. I never would have thought to ever use the D-pad. I was starting to really fly through these simple puzzles, like at the West Garden with a lone cherry blossom tree. I realized that there's flowers around the tree. Each group of flowers is numbered from 1 to 6. Where they are positioned decides which direction to input. Left, down, right, left, up, down. It is the same as the candle. Using my thinking brain, it's thinking a little bit. Eventually, I was only missing 2 word fairies, both being in the East Forest. On my way there, I ran into my 14th coin. At the East Forest, I spent some time using the seeking spell. It would stop here, but I could not see any sort of puzzle. I checked the manual for any clues. Nope, nothing. Look at the ground or walls, had anything? Nope, still nothing was here. I was truly stumped here for like 8 minutes. With full transparency, I looked this one up on the Googler and realized why. Okay, They said this one's only available at night. I don't know the solution yet. This one's only available at night, so no wonder why I would have never been able to solve it. Taking my quick nappies to trek back to night was enough time played that I was now back to 1 second total play, making me now the slowest, fastest speedrunner in the East. That's how we do it here, baby. Back at the spot, there's a ghost here to help me out. By him doing his best YMCA dance, I can input all of his moves to give me the next fairy. The second East Forest fairy was located at this broken golden snake door. Throughout the world, there's been shattered golden pieces all over the place. While slowly finding them, you're supposed to put the pieces together to form the code. Yeah, I wasn't going to do any of that. Instead, I took the lazy way out. This one got me. I'm not even going to bother. Too much. With all the named fairies out of the way, the rest are scattered around the overworld. The first place I go is the fountain pit stairs. The seeking spell here leads to an entrance underneath the arch. At the end of the hallway, there's a very obvious pattern to follow. Expecting a fairy, instead it unveils a door leading to a giant tower. I climbed all the way to the top for a sick overview of the tower. Only when I was at the top was when I realized the path was the code. Going all the way down, I had to go back up again, this time noting every twist and turn. Anything with a blue line I assumed was a double input. All right, my second attempt. Left, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, right, up. Honestly, one of my favorite fairies. Can't say the same for the next one, as I have a different run-in with the stupid pink flower again. Fortunately, this one is the answer on the memo, so by following the code, it's a pretty easy puzzle. Thanks to the fairy, I now know that the flowers are the lines for later. Also, take note of this golden hook for later. The far side of the beach leads to another entrance. I teleported through this before to grab the ordinary chest, but by following the maze path, we get the code. Up, left, down, left, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left, up. I messed up saying the arrows, but I got it. I did amazing. I am the funny man. I would not blame you if you clicked off for that horrendous pun. Now the next seeking spell led me to nothing. There's no hints, so something shady was going on. There has to be like a secret in here. Yeah, because there's just nothing there. Gold cube. What are you doing in here, Kevin? This puzzle is easily in contention for the worst fairy in the entire game. The cubes move so damn fast, by the time I wrote down one direction, the cube went 5 different directions. I can't multitask. Slow down, Kevin. The best way I found was to count the amount of directions Kevin goes in. He starts with 4 rights, then goes into 4 ups, for example. This sped up my process indefinitely, but it still took a few minutes. Why did they make this? Why would they make this cube? But why would they make it so annoying? Eventually I had all the inputs, but I wasn't quite sure. 4 rights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 ups, 3 rights, 3 ups, 2 right, up, right, up. That sucked. Stupid puzzle. Anyway, I went back up to the fountain. Like the lone tree, we're going by the smallest group of squares first to the largest last. It goes down, left, down, up, right, down. How much are we at? We're only missing 4 more. That's not bad at all. Followed the spell to my next puzzle where that damn turret got the best of me so many times early on, but was left confused. There's one right here. How? You see on the wall, there's a bunch of moss. I actually think I got the puzzle pretty quick, realizing that there was moss on the other side. Even with that figured out, I just wasn't inserting the code at the right spot. This actually became one of the longest puzzles to solve, even though it really wasn't tough, like at all. I was now only missing 3 fairies, which felt pretty nice that so far I've only gotten help only for 2 fairies, despite one of them being through pure laziness. You may be wondering why I say this. It's time for the flower of power. My initial thought was to follow the flower directly up to reach the other flower, but no matter what I would do, I could not create a path for every flower. I'm very stumped on this one. So you go up here, left, down. Should be left, down, and then it should be another down because like you wouldn't be touching it. But how do you get to this flower? There's no way to get to that flower. But everything else works except for that. You don't get this flower at all. Yeah, I think this was down to a perspective issue because I had to look up the answer here, and even now looking at it, I still think I was right. I do not see a possible way that this flower goes all the way down to connect with this flower. I do not agree. After that nonsense, I followed the spell towards a hidden entrance to the right of this rock. At first, it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere, so I tried throwing bombs at the wall, but the seeking spell always tells the truth. Inside has an enemy taking his daily steps. Unlike Kevin, he's a nice guy and stops for a few few seconds, giving me just enough time to mark all of his movements down. Is that it? Thank you, brother. Down, down, right, up, right, down, left, down, right, up, right, down, down. Thank you, brother. Your reward? There's your reward. There's your reward, homie. Thank you for your service. My final fairy was, in my opinion, my least favorite fairy in the entire game. The lines are moving at all times, so I need to pay attention to direction, and while that is happening, keep in mind the perspective as the lines turn, which, as we just witnessed 40 seconds ago, I do not understand at all. Really did try my hardest. I was here for about 20 minutes trying to figure out, consistently getting it wrong. All right, here we go. Left. Oh, I messed up already. I think I have everything good up until the third up. So right, up, left, up, right, down, right. Dude, that's just confusing. I'm gonna look this one up. I almost had it. Right, up, right, down, right, down, left, down, right. That one, that puzzle. I think the last three puzzles I didn't really like all too much. The cube, the second flower, and this one were the last few that I just didn't really like that much. After 8 full hours of play, every fairy was collected. What awaits are two things. One is a golden flower and an achievement for collecting secret treasure number 7. The other one is the back of the manual, containing a second memo page and the back cover. It looks to be the Tunic symbols, but I have zero interest in deciphering the language right now. There's been no indication I would need to do that yet, and you would have to be insane to give it a try. With the back page, we have every single manual page except the cover. Little old me at the beginning thought that'd be the first page we get, but now here we are as my last. How naive I was. So now what? There doesn't seem like any other leads. I've searched every inch of this game. Could I have missed something entirely? Well, we at least had one lead, and it's in our booklet. Page 49 and 50 shows a golden sheet filled with a bunch of numbers and a sad little fox sitting at the mountain door. Coincidentally, the only page that is missing here is the cover page, so this had to be it. I started by drawing the boxes in a 5x5 grid, as well as each number correlating to the box, to not have to keep looking back here. After that, I started searching in the book, being as observant as I can. I have searched these pages possibly hundreds of times. What could I have possibly missed? Then it hits me. I have seen golden lines throughout the pages and thought it was odd, but now it all makes sense. These are related to this very puzzle. Some of these gold lines are really well hidden too, like page 12. Oh, I see, gold square. This is very intricately smart. Oh my god, the line is... I see the line. Wow, right there. That is so freaking smart, dude. They put it in the gold card. Of course they would. That makes perfect sense. I was like, what are the shrines? The stars for. This continued on for about 20 minutes. I kept scouring through the manual, discovering genius gold lines until I got stuck on pages I wasn't too sure on. The ones I weren't starting were page 9, 42, and 50. Page 9, there's nothing that was super obvious to me. Only hint is that the golden question mark was basically taunting us. However, if you recall, I have already found this golden line unknowingly. This was the page where I actually found a different save after hitting the load button. I was hours deep into the game away from that moment that I had completely forgotten, so it took a few minutes for me to rediscover the reveal. Oh my god, that's the puzzle, that's the mountain puzzle. We gotta load. That's why. Oh my god, I was looking at it like, why is there not a golden line in there? So far, this is what I have, in case anyone's curious. I'm almost done. God. What a game. This game is phenomenal. All right. Page 9 was by far the greatest moment in the whole game for me. Truly made me accept that Tunic is an absolute masterpiece. But by now, we all should have known that was the case. Anyway, I traced out the golden line until I reached the top, where it loops all the way back to the bottom. What a game, dude. Everything is so meticulously designed for you to eventually understand it if you just give it the time to cook. With 42 and 50, I wasn't entirely sure of the direction, but with the adjacent pages being filled, I could have a better idea. 42 was just the orange background filling the line for 33 and 52. On 50, there was a slight trace of gold lining on the door. That info was enough to complete the golden page. All I hoped for was that I was not wrong, because I would have no idea where I had gone wrong, and that'd be a lot of time wasted. You are my last main puzzle. I hope. Okay, well, looky here. Up, left, up. Dang, I forgot where I started. I forgot where I left off. We gotta start all over again. Just kidding. Just kidding. Imagine if, because I wasn't sitting at that door, it wouldn't have counted. I did it. I solved the big puzzle on my own. Yes. Actually looks really pretty too. The big maze. Look at that. Over 20 fairies and 53 total pages found, hundreds of page flips, 25 gold lines, and 100 directions later, the mountain door was finally opened. And what was awaiting me at the peak was what I was looking for this entire game. My motivation, my sole purpose, or why I continued on after getting lost so many times. It all came down to this, the final page. 26 hours in the making. What do you got? The cover page, please. Tunic, instruction booklet. Thank you for playing. It was a pleasure playing. Thank you for making this game. For the final page is a letter from everyone who had a hand in making this game, showing their appreciation for us playing Tunic. There's also a message telling us to go see a certain person with the teachings of the Great Manual. In this case, this is Mama Fox. At the end of the letter, there's a star with blank space near it. Interesting. More on that later, as surprisingly, we aren't even close to done with Tunic. In fact, we have reached 2/3 of my total playtime. I currently have 26 of the 36 achievements with not a clue on what's left. It was time to unveil those secret achievements. Reveal detail. Found secret treasure number 1, treasure number 2, number 4, and Dude, this isn't helpful. Had 10 buddy bucks at once, made 15 wishes, found a steel weapon before getting a sword. Okay, so that'll be a second playthrough. We only have 5 of the 12 secrets so far, and I realized something about page 54. For additional support and secrets, with a diagram containing 12 circles with numbers written inside of them, shaped identical to the treasure room. Each secret's number is related to a page, of course, hinting where you could possibly find it. The other secrets that have been found each have something written on the manual to indicate where it is. For example, page 40 is the map of the cathedral. Further analysis, I can see a passage labeled 6 with 8 circled. Seems to be hidden inside 4. So I went to the cathedral, but I was in the daytime, and although I could enter from teleporting, I was locked out. I had to go all the way back to turn it to night in order to properly enter the cathedral. At 4, I see potentially where 6's door could be with that RGB sigil. I chucked a few firecrackers with no luck. It wasn't until I interacted with the door where it finally opened. Inside 6's hallway, I found my 7th money bag. Venturing further, I see the chest stuck inside a light bridge. I could vaguely make out a code on the wall. This opens up an area directly underneath the cathedral entrance, even containing a secret ladder on the side that I had no clue about. This means we gotta head all the way back to the house to turn to daytime to go back here for the light bridge to disappear. There's another secret here, so I decided to get them both out of the way to never have to come back here. I was messing with these golden skulls on my initial playthrough, so I already had some idea what to do. Kick over the golden skulls to this grave, make them disappear, and I'll just repeat it 4 times. I ended up distracted trying to kick down the last skull near these pillars, which turned out to be a great distraction as I found the final coin needed. The last one got stuck in the other pond and was a bastard to get out, but eventually... Oh my god, this is awful to kick. Keeps falling down back to where it originally was. Come on. Go. Get out of the lake. There we go. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Boom. Just so I don't have to come back here. All I had to do with the other secret was trek all the way to the cathedral, going down the ladder to end up reaching secret treasure number 2, a little gold fox. On the way out, I see a well, so I quickly dropped the final coin and got the hell out of the swamp area permanently. My next treasure was page 28. I've walked inside this passageway so many times before and never realized there was a code on the wall. Simple walk was easy treasure number 1. I got the Pringle guy. On the game screen, I see little blue dots in prize/treasure tab, with it showing a chest where we first spawned into this world. Inserting the code summons in our secret treasure chest and earns us our achievement. At the Ruin of Tal, there's a cheeky arrow hidden away in the clouds. Only way to have gotten this one was to teleport for an easy secret treasure number 10. Now I can't say the same for this next one. I think that's 34, so now we need 28 and 34. I think 28 and 34 are... I think it's a music puzzle. It has something to do with the bell. This one I might have to look up because I am not musically inclined. I learned that from playing hi-fi. I don't have rhythm. I don't know beat. I don't know anything with music. Yeah, so this puzzle requires a music ear. These directions are different notes, which the bell will play sounds in those notes. Unfortunately though, I could have sat for 7 hours and I still be here. I have a really hard time distinguishing between pitches, so to me, the bell sounds were all the same to me. I didn't even bother trying on this one. I solved that all on my own. Power up. Would never have solved that. So the last secret is 51 and 8. No, 51 through 1. It's this star. I don't know what all this is, but it looks like it's 60 seconds. It's not really helpful. So is this the translation puzzle that I've been asking for this whole time? I'm excited that I predicted a translation puzzle, but I'm also dreading having to do a translation puzzle. I was hoping that I would be wrong. Let's figure this out then, huh? I guess I could have always looked it up. I mean, I just did not even a few minutes ago. That's the perfectly reasonable solution, and if I wasn't recording, I would have done it no question. But for the sake of the video, it would be very anticlimactic to end the video on the last and arguably the hardest puzzle to just not do it. And unlike the music puzzle, it felt like I could actually solve this puzzle. I was gonna do it the honest blue-collar way, knowing that I wasn't gonna stop until I solved the hardest puzzle I've ever attempted in my life. And what a freaking mistake that was. I don't even know where to begin. How can you possibly solve a language when it looks like freaking Minecraft enchanted runes? Like everything else in this game, my best bet was our one true guide that has guided me all the way here, the manual. On page 54, the left has a list of the symbols inside grayed out circles, whilst on the right contains what fox and sword are translated into symbols. Although the sword contains more letters than fox, it has only 2 symbols, which I thought was pretty weird, but the significance wasn't yet known. I took a mental note for now and instead focused on something I thought would be a bit easier to figure out. My bets were on page 13 being a pretty good start, so I went all in that this was tap, based on tap and hold, which sounded pretty reasonable to me. Now, if I was a betting man, which I am by the way, only negative 15 down, I would have lost the entire house. Wait a minute. I can read that. I can read the first two words, tap and hold. I don't know how this helps me though, but that's tap. A and P are the same. If this isn't tap, then I'm fucked. By the way, assuming was not the move here, but I was honestly just trying to shoot out game theories. Of course, after about 20 minutes, I tapped my theory into the trash, putting me back at square 54 to invent another theory. This theory, however, was maybe the most important discovery in solving this puzzle. Fox. So... Fuck, this is my... Do I have to sound out the words? Fox. Sword. I guess the W would be silent in this case, so it would be S-O-R-D. Discovering that the language is phonetic was huge. Now I know why sword has 2 symbols and fox has 3. So the X at the end, it has to be S. Now I was stumped next because I didn't understand what the combination of symbols meant. About an hour passes before anything significant happens, but eventually I found that looking at the controls page was a pretty good place to start. I put together that LS is obviously move. I wouldn't be able to tell you why, it's just a hunch. And I finally figured out that the star picture has water, and that seems pretty significant. Enough to be able to put together that if I sat in water for 60 seconds, something would be revealed on the other star page. So I went to the annex to dip my manual in the water to find... Alright, is this... If we go to page 1, this will reveal... Yes. Okay, now what do we have here? I do know the line in the middle and the space underneath it. You shouldn't think of it as anything. It's just there for aesthetic purposes. Damn, do I not know what to do? Uncovering this message helped a bit. At the end of the third row, there's a symbol of a house and an arrow at the bottom. Well, coincidentally on page 12, move has exact symbols except 12 has an extra symbol to the right of the house and the lines at the bottom are different. I got that either the arrow plus the house shape was M and O. Not knowing which, I assumed that the M was the arrow and O was the house. The symbol not being there on page 1 was enough to conclude that this was also V to make move. I don't know why I was assuming so much, but it felt like I was putting the circle shape in the square hole and it still ended up fitting. Also, sorry if this is all a tad confusing. It's a lot all at once. Even though I know the answers now, it's still a lot. Way more than I ever thought when starting this game, but anyway, with page 1 being similar to move, I thought it had to be M-O blank E, with my guesses being either mode or more. I went back to page 12 and looked at shield to hopefully confirm which word. Shield. There will, oh wait.
Shield.
So when the bot says shield, she doesn't say L. She doesn't say L at all. So the L is silent in this. Then that's confirmed D. And is the two lines in the middle, is that E? E. The E part was totally off, but I was able to deduce the word was more. This was kind of confusing as I didn't understand yet why the O's had different pronunciation being the same goddamn house with no symbol for E. I was clearly missing something. All right, I've been playing this game for 12 hours and I think my brain is running on fumes. I'm going to go to bed. I will come back to this tomorrow and I will solve this puzzle. No matter what it takes. And the very next day, I gave it my all indeed. With all of my 5 brain cells intact, I booted up Microsoft Paint, quickly jotted down what I had on the sticky notes, and went to work. Day 2 started back with tap and hold theory. You could say it had a hold on me. I figured if these were right, I could decipher rather important letters. I was able to connect shield and hold with the same symbol, making that L. The same logic, I thought the B shape on the first symbol was H. This left me confused, as with shield, I had no idea what was S and H inside the shape. I meant I was wrong or something, so I stopped and decided to look at page 12 again, but this time at right bumper in order to confirm my suspicions. With that last symbol looking like M, but with an apostrophe above it, I concluded it was N, meaning that this had to be potion. This was when I realized something very important. Characters are inside the shape of a hexagon. Characters will always be different inside the hexagon, but a symbol will never intrude onto the next hexagon. You may be wondering why that is important at all. Well, with that information, I can split potion into 3 hexagons. Po is 1, Sha being 2, and N in 3. I was still stuck on O being in the house, so trying to figure out what part is P and what is H was rather tricky. And I was stumped on this for a bit until I went back to page 54 to look at the symbols separately. Are vowels inner? No, vowels would be outer. That makes a whole lot of sense. So the vowels are outer. The like normal words are in the middle. They all connect eventually, but they all have lines in the middle. Oh. This is quite possibly the biggest discovery for solving this puzzle. I overlooked that I may have already said that. With that now learned, I can now cross off the outer part of H and get what H actually is. This didn't solve anything else for me right now as I was having a dumb brain moment. Okay, I'm an hour and a half of just looking at this and I think I have a few of the letters solved. Like, there's few ones that like I'm starting on it. The only one that I don't really understand is H. So if the O is the house, H would be this, but I don't understand if the consonant can't be down here. Yes, past the bias, it's outer, so it can't be a consonant, and if you have H, L, and D, then it can only be O. Not my proudest moment. I decided that before I get confused even further, I should write down every vowel and consonant on page 54, which was something that I probably should have done from the start. I put everything I was confident on this table, and after 5 hours into this puzzle, this was how much I had solved for. It wasn't much in all honesty. Feeling that I can now solve shield, I tried it again only for more confusion. I was sure it was S, H, and E, but there were so many symbols that it was hard to make out. That's when I decided to start using my new best friend for this puzzle. Color. By using color, it would help visualize the symbols separately. By doing this, I realized why I was struggling so hard on this. SH, But that, I mean, I guess that would be correct because there is, on the consonant table, there is that exact thing right here. And that would be SH. Next, I tried potion again. By splitting up the hexagons and using color, I was finally starting to understand it. The C shape is O, and the P was a slanted line to the right. In the second hexagon, we already had sh sounds. Would be the arrow, which led me into solving the first symbol correctly. Oh my god. I'm a genius. Oh my god. I'm translating the language. It only took me 4 hours. So that we would be able to get the, like that. It would be this. This is jobless behavior. Holy shit. I should just look this up. This is totally jobless behavior, man. This is what I get for being unemployed. I get to just transcribe Tunic language, huh? I went back to tap and hold once again, only to get stuck here once again. This time was because T was not what I just found out from the, and also the slanted line to the right was already discovered as P. All I needed was a few minutes to discover my problem. Is this to say press? Oh my god, this might be press. Press A. I've been thinking it's been tapped this whole time. That's why I'm like confused. Is it really press? Press and hold. That sounds way better than tap. Oh, that would make sense because P, yep, P, we already have P. I'm a little embarrassed that the whole time I thought press was tap. I never noticed the last symbol was an S, and that if I had noticed, then maybe I wouldn't have been stuck for the past 3 hours. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, I figured out the R and 1E sound by solving press. Now we can go to 23, and we can figure these out. These shouldn't be too hard. I started with the garden, discovering R and G on the first hexagon, and I for the second. To not mentally fry myself, I took a break for a few hours, and when I came back, I forgot to record a bit. Only thing you didn't see was that I solved Fortress uncovering F and T. I also attempted a monastery translation only to give up, but did enough to discover why. And you might have missed me Googling to find the answer and then pretend I lost the footage to make myself look like a genius. You definitely didn't see that. Please know that was a joke. I spent forever doing this, please. I thought it was a good idea to work backwards and translate the star puzzle that I already solved. Figured that it would be easier to translate. I could get good practice and hopefully get new letters. I got about halfway, deciphering did you retain the letter from, earning me I in did, A in retain, and ER in letter for vowel symbols. I could have solved more, but I felt anything more would have been unnecessary. I had all that I needed, so I went back to finally solve the more important star puzzle. Having everything else, only one word left was unsolved. I didn't have the last symbol to solve, so I went back into the manual pages to find what I was looking for. Wait, I see it here. Would I be able to solve that? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Ooh, why? What? What? So this probably goes together. Continue. Oh, am I translating the first word being continue? Continue? So then that's C. So this is core? So corrected. The answer to this puzzle after 11.5 hours of my total playtime, by the way, was the softest feather, corrected 11 times, departed once more. And the revealed picture in the star page was a place I was all too familiar with, the little square with a gold hook that was used in the golden path puzzle. I've been sitting here for 6 hours. I'm actually so happy and proud that I solved this. Like, I've never done a mental challenge before, so it's actually kind of nice. But anyway, we still have we still have to solve the puzzle. We haven't solved it yet. We haven't done shit. We just begun, if for all I know. So the softest feather, I don't know what that is referring to, but I can assume that means one input to whatever it means. So this is 1, this is 11, departed once more. So that would be 12. So whatever we have a 1 input, we have an 11 input, and we have a 12. The feathers on the left, I guess if we're referring to this like as like a bird, like just a regular old bird, like a cockadoodle, like a it wouldn't be left or right, and it wouldn't really be up either, because what does that mean? So would that be down, parted once more, corrected 11 times? Those words have to be related to the directions, right? When you depart, you leave, so you're left. And if you're corrected, well, if you're corrected, you'd be wrong. But if you're correct, you would be right. But you know what? 2 wrongs don't make a right. You know, I've been doing this puzzle for too long. I'm just gonna go with it. Down once, 11 rights, 10, 11. Then 12 lefts, 11, 12. Oh my God, yes! I solved it. I solved the 10-hour freaking puzzle, dude. Oh man. I spent all day on this puzzle. I got the achievement. I got all secrets. I got all the fairies. I got all the manual pages. I did everything that I could in this playthrough. I will admit, this puzzle was very scary, and I thought I was gonna hate it. But once I started to get into it and discover the intricate rules for the language, it became not only my favorite puzzle in the game, but the best puzzle I've ever solved. Not much of a feat though. I don't even think I solved 5 puzzles before Tunic. With all the secrets now out of the way, you'd think we would be done with this. But there is still more to be done. Since I now have all the manual pages, I went to Mama Fox to hand her the completed manual for the true ending. I guess if I hand you 1355 13. What is all this? I don't think I meant to do that like that. I'm blocking because of the speedrun timer. Get that? I want to look at the. Okay, I just completely ruined the scene. What's happened to her? Oh, I can't see her. It's Mama Fox. I completely ruined this scene. Oh my God. We're watching TV. We're doing activities together. Doing mom things. We're chilling in the cave. I don't know why would we do that. We have 2 more achievements left. I started up a new game plus. You get to keep all your items and they throw in a few stronger enemies in places they shouldn't. Why are you there? Okay, leave me alone. Only thing we are here for in New Game Plus are 3 money bags. In New Game Plus, the money bag chest spawns back, so I totally didn't open up a guide on my other monitor with all the money bag spots to help me get through this quicker. I went into the dark tomb to collect the 2nd money bag, and with the 3rd money bag in the west garden, the last wasn't too far behind. Here is the final money bag. Money bag, put the achievement in the bag, little bro. Too cute to smash. Had 10 money banks at once. What do I get if I use them? Oh, they're just terrible. Now the last achievement requires a fresh playthrough, as we have to gather the gun all the way in the quarry before ever picking up the sword. I turned on invincibility mode and started a new game. Starting a new game with all the knowledge you attain makes the playthrough go way faster. I ran over to the top of the old house grabbing the key, and I was slightly looking up a guide and like watching it as I was playing, so I found out that there are little cheat codes you can use that can give you items. And doing left, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, right, up, right, down, left grants me a 1-time firebomb. And then we can throw it at this shrubbery so we can get by. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, oh. I ran all the way around the waterfall to kick over the bridge to the well. Having invincibility here was a privilege that I 100% took advantage of. I am invincible! I am God before you! You cannot kill me! You were able to once beat me before, but now you can't! I made my way through more enemies past the water pit so that I could gather the key to the old house and use the ladder onto the beach. Using the secret ladder here, I can make a quick detour into the library annex. At the library annex, we're here to get the hook shot, so we head into the frog's the main area to grab it. Sorry, excuse me, goodbye, leave me alone, I need that. With the hook shot, I use a nearby hook to quickly get back to the entrance and into the overworld. Underneath the West Bell stairs, close to the water pit, I try to get past the green guy, rather unsuccessfully. How do I even get past? I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, goodbye, man. Goodbye. I didn't know how to get past. With him out of the way, we don't need the hook shot anymore and can use the ladder to get to the quarry. Now, all I need to do is run all the way to the end of the quarry to the chest for the final achievement. All right, let's open the chest. Let's get it done. All right, all right. Okay. I didn't even get the gun. Didn't even get the gun, but I got the achievement. They won't let me open it. They won't let me open it. I want my gun. I want my gun. Leave it alone. I want it. Got it. There it is. Gun. And that is 1,000. That's 100% of Tunic. In case you're curious, it took me 40 hours to 100% Tunic, and 11 of those went to just one freaking puzzle. Tunic is a beautiful game. Going in with nothing, knowing that there is so much information to cover that will blow your mind hours later, is truly a magical feeling that I don't think I could ever encapsulate. So many aha moments that made me feel like an idiot, sometimes a genius, and I'm sure even after 100%ing the game, there are mysteries still left unsolved on my end. Got 3 things before you leave. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. I'm a small boy with these videos taking a huge amount of work, so these things really help push my channel out for more people to see. And 2, I stream these games over on Twitch, so feel free to stop by to hang out while we goof off or watch me suffer through games mostly. Finally, I hope I was able to show why this game is one of the best, and even if I didn't, thank you so much for watching all of it anyway. I hope to see you all in the next one.